Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show about what I've been working on, what is coming up, and what is done. So today we're going to take a look at some Kill Team stuff I painted up this week for Warhammer 40,000 and Kill Team Arena. Yeah, I wanted to have a good guy kill team and a bad guy kill team done, so I finished off all the models I needed for my Death Guard. Well, not all the models I needed. I need like a box of Death Guard to actually do alternates of everything, because if I'm going to play Kill Team Arena with them, then I need to do kind of additional models, because I might want to have two of something or two of another thing, like two flails, two cleavers. So I might have to actually add some more to them, but there's a grand total of, I think, 13 models painted now. Yeah, so I have 7 more. Basically, one more box of Death Guard will finish it, because that's 7 more guys, and that's 20-man roster. And then I got some stuff done for my Ultramarines kill team, which from the Space Marine Heroes. I long promised that my perfect drawn Space Marine Heroes would get painted up as a kill team, and they are. And I used some really cool paints from Green Stuff World. They're color shift chameleon paints. I used a cobalt blue for like kind of an old school cool color scheme, and it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I also painted up some arms for Titanicus, because I get to play Titanicus today, and you guys get to see it next week. People have been waiting for so long for Titanicus. It's funny, that first Titanicus Let's Play and the first battle report I did after that has had so many people just asking, like, when's it coming back, when's it coming back, when's it coming back? And there's been so many like stop starts, and there's literally someone on their way here right now to play like Titanicus all day with me. So I am jazzed about that. And instead of like, if I filmed it now, it probably wouldn't come out until the end of April if it went into Wednesday, because Wednesday's always just so full from all the workshop stuff that it has to go into one day. So I'm just gonna put it out on Thursdays. I'll have it alternate, so you get some real old out of production games and a revived undead out of production game, because the original Titanicus stuff all aired on Thursday too, but I won't make people wait for it anymore, because it's been since September. October, November, December, January, February, like 6 months since the last one, and I was super excited to play this game. So I painted up some new art from the Reaver. I got the new Reaver kit, just pulled the arms out of it and painted them to go on my existing Reavers, and I have the chassis that I have to work on afterwards. And I also finished up my last of my, before they were available, 3D printed arms for my Warlord Titans. I painted my Plasma Annihilator to go on to Top Dog. And then I also finished some stuff for A Song of Ice and Fire, the new Scorpion, Builder Scorpion stuff for the Night Watch, the big catapult, not catapults, Ballistae came out this week. And I painted up 2 of them, and then I painted up the Cranberry Warden, who is the attachment that comes in the Cranberry Trackers box, and he is like, the trackers are good, but he is the best thing about that box. You stick him in archers, and the Stark archers become just amazing. So I started with him because he wasn't 12 guys, he was 1 guy, and I could try him out. And I played a couple games of that this week too, which again, you won't probably see. Monday's pretty full, so you probably won't see that until, I think there's actually 2 unaired games. There's one more against Clarence that I think goes out next week. Yeah, it does go out next week. So you'll see a 50-point game against Clarence. And then 2 weeks from that, I played Rob's Lannisters. And then 2 weeks from that, you'll see me play the Free Folk with the Scorpions. So it's like 4 weeks away-ish. But not that far away. And then you'll see some games against Owen's Free Folk, because he finished those this week too. And then I got more. I got the trackers to do. I got more Monpox stuff to do next week. So the Let's Play for Monster Apocalypse, you get to see that. And some more Infinity stuff too. So let's take a look at what got done and what is coming up. So first thing, here's the got done pile. We've got, first of all, my kill team stuff. So I finished 5 more Poxwalkers. These were done with a Army Painter leather brown primer to start off with, and then I just airbrushed some beige over top of them. And then most of the skin and stuff was actually done with low lighting, just with washes and glazes. So it's a super fast way to paint Poxwalkers. Like, I wasn't gonna spend a lot of time with these Poxwalkers. They're Zambies, but I'm happy with them. They turned out really cool. They're super fun to paint, because they're just like every Nurgle model. I don't know, one, because they're supposed to be filthy, they're just relaxing to paint, because you don't worry about mistakes so much when you're painting with glazes. And 2, the Nurgle miniatures in the new Nurgle range are just fun. They're just fun, goofy monsters, and like, each one of them is just oozing character. I can't say enough good things about the Nurgle line. I mean, it was one of the flagpole lines for the launch of Dark Imperium. So like, they spent obviously a lot of time making it perfect, but just super fun to paint. I'm super stoked about them. I really like my Nurgle kill team. They're really fun. And then over here are the Space Marine Heroes. So those little dealies in the bottom there, they're actually those squad marks. If you go a couple, probably about a month back in the Widget and Wonders playlist, you can see these. These are 3D printed. They're meant for differentiating squads, but they're also perfect for telling who is a specialist in a kill team. So my leader over here, who will be my leader specialist, is the Sarge. And I actually, if you see, I put all their helmets on their bodies. I used every piece of the miniature, and then this is that great cobalt blue color shift paint. And what I do is I just low light it with some black wash. So instead of like highlighting it, I edge it with silver, just give it like that banged up around the edges look, and then low light everything with a bit of black wash in the recesses. But like just a really sparing amount. It's almost like black lining with wash. It just gives some shadow. It doesn't like get rid of the actual like cool blue shimmer effect. But yeah, I put all their helmets on their belts because I didn't want them to not have helmets because they're Space Marines. They should be smarter than that. And I've got a bolter dude. This is my demo. So he's got, he's throwing his grenade because grenades with the demo skill are actually really cool because when you attack someone in cover, they get +1 to wound. So like a strength 4 or strength 3 grenade wounds up to strength 6 or top to 6 basically, which is like, there's nothing top to 6 really in Kill Team on a 4+. So it makes grenades like super worth using. And crack grenades, it can make wound on 2s, which is also really cool. And then, yeah, I've got some more over on the way that you'll see in a second. I then painted up these, which is my arms for these fellas. So the nice thing about magnetizing all of my stuff for Titanicus is I can save time basically, getting everything snapped on with magnets. So there's my new arm set from a Reaver, and then this big guy right here will also get a new arm. I got my plasma annihilator done. Whoop. There you go. And there's a big magnet actually hiding in there, which you hear snapping, so I'm not actually breaking anything. There's just a giant magnet. This is actually heavier than normal too, so it's gonna wobble maybe a little bit. I might have to put a bigger magnet in there, but no big deal. More arm options for Titanicus, which I'm pretty jazzed about. Top Dog and that's not Kingsguard, I can't remember his name. He's the other one. He's the other one. But I have more chassis to paint too. I have another Warlord Titan I gotta paint, and another Reaver too, so it'll put me at 2 Reavers and 2 Warlords. But I can do like a vast majority of the different maniples at this point, so I'm pretty jazzed about that. And some Song of Ice and Fire stuff. My 2 Builder Scorpions. They were done with some like usual airbrushing method for these guys. They're prime black. I then airbrushed the browns onto the catapult and the actual like Night's Watchman, just trying to avoid their clothing. And then my good old P3 coal black, yeah, the best color. Like, it's the color I get asked about the most and talk about the most probably. I should get a royalty check from Privateer Press for their sales of coal black, I think, this year. Just airbrushed in to give it that nice sort of like raveny color, that shimmer, and then just highlighted and washed and all the details picked out afterwards. I used the new snow actually on these guys. This is the Army Painter snow, and I really like it. For $10, you just need to add white glue basically, and you get a pile of snow. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll probably keep using the Army Painter stuff. I really like Valhalla Blizzard, but because it's convenient, it just sits in my paint box. But for doing like a lot of snow, that Army Painter stuff's pretty sweet. And here's the Cranberry Warden, who I've clearly painted up as a like Dunedain. I just couldn't help myself. They're Rangers, man. Like, they even look like Dunedain. So yeah, they're all done as Dunedain colors. I did them the same brand. I did all the wood here, but then went in with my airbrush and did some, it's one of the Castellan green. It's one of the green air paints from Workshop, and then just add a bit of beige to it to give it a feathered sort of highlight, and then pick out all the details and painted them. I was watching Overlord while I painted these guys. If you want a pretty decent, it's not really a zombie movie. It's almost like if there was a Wolfenstein movie, it's a Wolfenstein movie. But that was pretty good, and I painted those guys up, which adds another 14 points to my Night's Watch, and these things are legit. I wasn't sure about them until I started really figuring out the Night's Watch, and there's a reason why you can only take 2. They are gross. They are really good at just deleting units if you play smart with them. So here's what I got done. I finished 3, 8, 11, and let's just say the arms are 2 more, 13 miniatures this week. So there you go, 13 modded out of the pile. And here's some stuff coming up. So of course the trackers for Song of Ice and Fire, they're all airbrushed the same way. That's just them after they're airbrushed before I've done all the details and stuff. I think I can't remember if I showed this guy off last week or not. This is the new Echo Bravo for my Varuna that's for Infinity, and I have not yet finished him. He's just airbrushed and ready to get like painted. He got derailed by stuff showing up in the mail. By Song of Ice and Fire things showing up in the mail. And then this is the last of the initial 100-point wave of the Ultramarines. Finish some Reavers, finish off 2 more of the, these are from the same box actually that the Death Guard came out of, which is the No Fear. It's well, like the little mini baby starter set. These guys came out of there, and they're all ready to go. And then these fellas are two more of the Space Marine heroes. It's brother Plasma Gun. I don't know his name. He'll be my sniper specialist, and this will just be another guy with a bolter because he's just cool looking. But again, you can see I chopped down the pegs on the helmets and just put them on their belts, so they've all got their helmets that they're actually carrying around because they're not stupid. Although weirdly, this guy's helmet should actually not be this way because if you look at the face, you look at the grill there. That's actually, oh no, it's wrong. Oh, they didn't even match it. Oh, I was hoping, because there's a helmet that the grill looks like that. I was hoping that this helmet would actually be that's not underneath the helmet, that front faceplate would be missing, and it came off like a hat. So that's really what it should be for this guy. That's a bit of attention to detail thing I think would have been cool, is if that was basically, like, it came off like Darth Vader, like just like the eyepieces and the top piece came out, and he's wearing that on his back. So a little bit of, I mean, whatever. No one else but me is gonna be bothered by that, but that's a little bit of something I noticed. And then over here I got some Monpok flyers. I've got both the Shadow Sun Syndicate and the Guard flyers to round off my selection of units for Monster Apocalypse, because next week Mike from Epic Duck Studios and I should be playing some 2 monster games, which I'm pretty jazzed about because I'm really liking Monster Apocalypse. Oz has done a really good job designing it, and it's super fun and easy to play, so we should be able to get some games of that in, and I'm going to paint them up for those games, which will square me away for like the human-y stuff. I can start working on dinosaurs. So you got another on the paint table done and on the books. That's 100 and, I don't know, 25, something like that. Another 13 miniatures this week. Done. We're doing pretty good for it being almost March. And then more Songbites and Fireplate. I'm finally getting to play Titanicus. I'm so glad. Oh, and even better, like, so I'm going to play Titanicus all day today, and I have a guy in 2 weeks coming in to play Titanicus, like, the whole week, too. So I have, like, there's gonna be there's at least 4 episodes of Titanicus in your future over the next like 2 months, hopefully, because it's finally happening. And hopefully that will lead to more people watching the videos, and it tends to make people finish projects and then want to come in and play too. So as long as there's some momentum, that should keep going, which I'm pretty jazzed about. And then also Monster Apocalypse kicking off next week, more giant robot stuff. I should teach Owen how to play Epic. I have like 3 painted Epic armies. And you guys would probably like that. With Titanicus going, that would be a good thing to fill the in-between weeks. Do some Epic and do some Titanicus back-to-back. I'm sure if I asked you to tell me in the comments below, you would tell me if that was a good idea or not. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for Witches and Wonders, and next week for more On the Paint Table. Until next time, I'm Ash. Happy gaming. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below to get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirts, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Deathray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.